Okay, sorry about that. It wasn't a very good connection. So let me just explain to you guys what this group is about. So first of all, everybody has this big question, like what can we do to extinguish chemtrails? What can I do? What can one person do? What could 5 people do? What could even 100 people do? You know, hi Christina. So I'm glad you guys joining. So really, you guys have to understand that the more of us, the more mass, the more collective we are into thinking in the same way, the more power we have to extinguish the chemtrails. So if we all started thinking about, hi Steve, if we all started thinking about how we can transmute this. Okay, first of all, it starts with the people that are actually coordinating all of this nonsense, all of these chemtrails. Now, let me explain. Chemtrails are done through airplanes that are private. So it could be one pilot with with several jets, but there's nobody in the airplane. Then it could also be done through commercial airlines. So basically, you could be sitting on an airplane going to I don't know, let's say California to New York, and your airplane might be spraying chemtrails. So that's another way they do it. And the third way they do it is through drones. So sometimes you don't even see an airplane, you just see the chemtrail, but you don't see the airplane. So those are the 3 ways they do chemtrails. So we're dealing with people, robots, and maybe even robot people. I mean, we don't really know who actually could have the consciousness or the awareness to fly an airplane, knowing that there's chemicals that you're spraying onto the people. Now, some people say that these chemtrail pilots are massively programmed. They are so brainwashed that they actually think that whatever they're doing is a good thing. So that's another thing that could be the case. So there's those people. Then above that are the people that are telling them what to do, right? So they're go do this, you have to do that. So then there's those people like the managers, and then there's the people that are above them, which are basically the people that actually organize the whole thing. And then the people above that, which basically funds the whole thing. Okay, so we're dealing with like 4 tiers of what is going on here, and the people that fund that, those are people. Okay, the people that fund that are getting guidance from what I call the dark side. Okay, so I know you guys, some of you are like, oh, this is just way too much information, but that's what's happening because everyone's thinking, why would human beings destroy their own planet? Why? Why would someone with all this money take all his money or time or brain power and use all these people to destroy the planet that they actually live on? Well, that's because whatever they're doing, it's like they're praising their own gods. They're praising their dark gods. Okay, so this is really a war between good and evil, light and dark. So the reason why I'm telling you all this is because we are the light. Okay, we are remember those tiers, all these tiers, this hierarchy of who's organizing all these chemtrails? We are the hierarchy from the divine. So we have that same power to extinguish them with our light. Because just because they're chemtrails and it's a physical matter, okay, it's a chemical, but still it's a physical matter. Our light can extinguish those chemicals, and our light can extinguish the way they think, or we can even shift in a matter of where we're dealing with the top tier. and we are extinguishing their darkness so that they don't have any more power to actually do what they're doing. So how does it work? Okay, so the way it works essentially is that we all must, every time we look at the sky, we send love and light every day. We don't go into states of, oh, there's nothing I can do. There's I can't, like, we don't go into states of anger or depression or sadness. We literally just look at the sky and say, I'm sending the sky light. I'm sending Mother Earth light. I'm sending those beings light, whoever's doing it. I'm sending those beings, whoever's in charge of the other beings that are doing it. I'm sending the even higher above those beings light. And you just keep doing that. And you just keep doing it every day, every morning, however much you like it. You see, the more we spend time thinking about and bringing light to our skies, rather than ignoring it, or just saying there's nothing I can do, or going into states of anger or sadness or depression, that's what they want. That's exactly what they want. And that's essentially how we get sick and eventually die. So there's nothing wrong with death, but nobody likes to be sick. I mean, if I'm going to be here on this planet, I want to enjoy myself, don't you? So that's how I envision Project Blue Skies to kind of build. So it shouldn't be like 100 people. I want this to be like 100 million people. You know, there's 8 billion on the planet, and there's 2.4 billion on Facebook. So if we could get 1 million, I think that's a small number in comparison to how many people are on this planet. And everybody lives on this planet, and everybody sees the skies of what they're doing. So can you imagine if we just all kind of collectively, energetically did this? It would be amazing, truly amazing. And we would see a huge shift in energy in the skies. Because right now we're all disempowered. We're all feeling like there's nothing I can do. Yeah, you know what? There's nothing I can do. There's nothing Val can do to shift the skies. You know, I used to play with that. I used to try to like extinguish them with my mind, my consciousness, and sometimes it would work, and then it would only work in that day. But imagine if we all did that all the time. I mean, not all the time. It shouldn't take up all of your time, but if we did that, if just 1 million people did that every single day for 1 minute in a day, it would make such an impact, such an impact. So the thing is, it doesn't even take a lot of people to change what is happening. It's really, really like a critical mass that has, I think it's like, I don't know, my feeling is like 144,000. I think that's the magic number here. As some of you know, in the circle of light workers. So think about that, 144,000 that are all thinking the same thing at the same time. That's nothing. I mean, again, we're 8 billion people. So what I'm asking you in this Project Blue Skies is basically to build awareness. Just keep adding people into this group. And the more people you add, the more people will be aware. The more people will be aware of what they need to do, and send out this message. Just send love to the skies. Send love. That's all you need. That's all you need to do. Forget the depression or the anger or the sadness. Forget all that. Just leave it at the door, because that's exactly where they want you. That's exactly how they want you to be. Instead, transmute that and just send love to the skies. And whoever's doing it, and the power of love can beat anything, basically, can beat anything. So, with that said, I'm going to ask you again, just keep adding people to this group. And I want you all to be inclusive. I'm not the only one that should be posting here, okay? So all of you, post whatever you want. Make videos on your phone. Show videos of how you're sending love to the skies, how you're making an impact in your community, and how you're showing people awareness. Great. Thank you for the link, Michelle. And so I know that website very well. Yes, that's a good website to know, geoengineeringwatch.org. Basically, people are all posting all of their pictures of what when they see chemtrails. That's good, but you know the thing is with this website, there's a lot of fear around it, and there's people feel like they can't really do much but just report it. Um, you know, I would. The other thing you could do is you could report to your I don't know, to your town or your your head of state or whoever, write them letters saying what is going on with our skies. I see this going on and that going on. Tell them I see these what we call as chemtrails. Geoengineering must stop in our state or in wherever you live. I mean, I'm talking about America here, but because in America it's so bad, and I've been all over the world. And can I tell you guys, I went on a cruise from New York City to Bermuda. And do you know there was not one chemtrail in the Atlantic Ocean? Not one chemtrail, which tells me that no planes and no chemtrails, which tells me, and no drones either. So again, which tells me that they are spraying where there's large masses of people. And it's become to a point where it's not done just for the planet. They say it's geoengineering, changing the weather, but they're also doing it to affect our health and control us and clog up our pineal glands and so many different things. So we have to stop this. It's up to us. I mean, we have leaders all over the planet that are not saying a peep about this. They also live on this planet. They can't see what's happening. They don't say a peep about what's happening on our skies. But which goes to tell me is that they're in cahoots with this, or they are threatened to keep quiet. So we have to do, it's up to us, the people. It's our planet. It's not any country's leader's planet, nor is it any queen or king's planet. This is the people's planet, human beings. And if we can't do something, because as we all know, everyone in this group is awake, is conscious, and knows that we have the light within us that can change our reality. And you have that light, we have that power collectively to shift whatever we want. Whatever we want. So whatever's happening on this planet is basically a mirror of what is happening within our own consciousness. So all we have to do is shift that consciousness. So I say again, invite as many people as you can. And then the other thing is just send love to the skies. Send love to the skies. Bring awareness to the skies. Tell your friends and family. Not with doomsday ideas, but just tell them this is what's happening and this is what we can do. All right, guys, thank you for listening. And I hope I see your post as well. I love you guys. Let's do this. Bye.